Omission. Which approach you applied or would apply if individuals or teams reporting to you were not performing as well as they should. C5. The contract on HPC was essentially an emerging cost job that required constant vigilance on the part of the design team and on your own and yourself to avoid unnecessary wastage and cost overruns that were almost inevitable and had occurred on other similar high-profile projects. In your view, these were attributable to a combination of under-budgeting by clients or governments to gain public acceptance of the projects to begin with, and subsequent underbidding by contractors to win the contract. You described other forms of contract and how the risks, costs, and accountabilities might be differently assigned in each. You also explained how design work was programmed and budgeted, how progress and costs were monitored, and how charge-out rates were built up. The reviewers were satisfied that you met the requirements of 5. Commercial ability. 6. You explained how health, safety and welfare were of paramount importance to your own company and on major projects, and how it was reinforced by procedures, safety briefings and toolbox talks. You described how you had identified a danger to an operative on the Wood Wharf job when a formwork panel was moving around due to a slack stability chain, endangering an operative who was on it. Stop. You called him off the formwork panel, reported the situation, had all the stability chains tightened up and the safety procedures altered to ensure that the situation didn't happen in the future. Stop. Interestingly, you stated that the safety record, open brackets, as recorded by REC002, close brackets, on a heavily regulated public project like HPC was not so good as on a private project like Wood Wharf, and that this might be due to a greater reliance on procedures, documentation and recording than attention to the actual risks and dangers. Stop. Your reviewers were satisfied that you met the requirements of health, safety and welfare. C7. You understood the 3 cornerstones of sustainability and the complex sustainable development makeup of a project like HPC, where the high carbon footprint of construction, project change and wastage had to be set against transporting plant and materials by sea rather than road, the economic benefits of the project to the local area, and the eventual environmental benefits of clean energy from nuclear power. Stop. Your reviewers were satisfied that you met the requirements of the attribute 7, sustainable development. Your report, including your DAP and CPD record, your presentation and answers to questions, were interesting, relevant and well presented. Your liaison work at HPL with the contractor client, lead designers, colleagues and operatives were effective and productive. Stop. You explained the policy and ideals and high standards of your company on matters of diversity in all forms, and how you agreed with them, and how appropriate behaviour or comments by others should not pass without comment or action. Stop. Your reviewers are satisfied that you met the requirements of interpersonal communication. 9. C9. When asked which provision of the ICE Code of Professional Conduct was most important to you, you said integrity, as it more or less covered all the others. Stop. You were a STEM ambassador at a local school, explaining structural behaviour at a local secondary school, explaining structural behaviour with models and the students had made. Stop. You attended ICE lectures, seminars and talks. Stop. You enjoyed and derived satisfaction from mentoring others and look forward to becoming a delegated engineer once you were chartered. Stop. Your reviewers were satisfied, etc.